Alright, hello, I'm Kirk, and I'm with Mr. Rising. Now, what's your opinions on Episode 7 coming out?
I am very excited about Episode 7. In my opinion, everything Disney touches turns to gold, which I have an understanding that they're going to try and take off from the characters where they left off, try to use the old characters and transition them into maybe their future family and tie in the old story with the new. As long as they respect the old story, I'm all for it.
And how do you feel about J.J. Abrams being the director now?
I'm a big fan of J.J. I think that, again, he's one of the reasons they're going to respect the old story and tie everything in from the first six and take off from the first six. And I think it's very important to keep the lineage of the old so that it drags through the new and brings the new up.
Now, judging upon the fact that they compiled 13 novels and some comics from post-saga, how do you feel that the story is going to play out with Luke and marrying Mara Jade and having a kid, and Han and Leia having 3 children themselves?
Well, I think it's going to be, the story is going to be written and played out by the children of Luke and Han. I think that's the only way that it can be done. So I think it sets up nicely because, I mean, seriously, we can't be looking at 65-year-old people sword fighting or lasers fighting all of the time. So I think that will actually aid into the transition into the new.
Do you believe in the fact that they're saying, it's rumored that they're trying to bring back Boba Fett, saying he survived the Sarlacc pit?
I'm a fan of Boba Fett. Boba Fett is huge, so any way they can get Boba Fett back into the picture, be it that his son survived or that he had however they do it, I'm a big fan of that. I think that can only make it more of a positive experience.
All right, thank you. Hi, I'm Kirk, and I'm with Mr. Pressel. And now, Mr. Pressel, are you aware that they made a Star Wars 7 coming out in 2015?
Yes, was it Lucas Films sold to Disney for $4 billion. So I'm anticipating it highly because Disney doesn't just spend $4 million not to make it back. Disney spends a lot of money to make a lot of money, and I do believe that they'll put the best people on for the movie, so I'm very excited.
And are you aware of who the director is?
I do not know that, actually.
The director is J.J. Abrams, director of the Star Trek The Beginnings.
Okay, I didn't see those because Trekkies are dorks, so I don't see those.
And they're apparently going to make another Star Trek as well coming up soon in 2013.
I saw the preview of that. I won't see that, but that's okay.
No, neither I won't either. And are you aware that they're going to reprise the roles of all the old characters, such as Luke, Leia, Han, Chewbacca, C-3PO?
What I heard was they were going with, Boba Fett and Han Solo. This is kind of their 3 movies or something like that, I heard.
There's different versions. They're going off of novels and comics based after the movie. There's 113 that we know of that they're going to use compiled into those movies. There's also another theory that Luke and a wife named Mara Jade Skywalker get married. They have a son, and Han and Leia get married, and they have 3 kids. The oldest of the 3 turns evil, and they have to stop him.
Well, that would be excellent. One thing that when they sold, what I thought was, George Lucas doesn't really write that well. He's never been a good writer. He's even said, I don't write really well. Disney will hire the best writers. So it won't be so much the cheesiness, and there won't be a Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
So that it's going to be written better.
Michael Ardent is the writer. Yeah, he won a couple awards recently.
So it's going to be, the production level is going to be better, but it won't be George's baby, which it always has been.
Yeah, but he'll be on set though.
Oh, he will be. Okay,
yeah,
good.
He's
so at least he'll
advisor.
be there. Okay, and I know they're going to make 2 more after that.
Yeah, they're talking about it. And then they're talking, it's rumored 10, 11, 12, but that's not spoken about yet.
Okay, because you got to make I would say your $4 billion back, plus everything
more
else.
on top of that.
I would say Disney wants probably 4 or 5 times as much within those 3 movies. So
yes.
in the next 10 years, they want their money back plus.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Kirk, and I'm with Mr. Orr. How do you feel about the new Star Wars 7 being made?
I'm kind of excited about it.
Me too.
Yeah, well, I know you are.
Did you hear who's directing it, though?
No.
J.J. Abrams. Director
Oh, I
of
did
the,
hear that.
Director of the new Star Treks.
Yes, I did. Which I do. I like Star Trek as well.
It's okay. Now, did you hear about the storylines that they're going to possibly coming up with?
No.
They're coming up. They have 113 approximately novels, and they're compiling them together, possibly putting them into one movie, or 3 actually movies, because they're doing a series, and then maybe 3 more after that, 10, 11, 12. They were saying multiple things about Han Solo's life, as said before, as well as Luke having a wife, having kids, and Han and Leia having kids, and one of them turning evil, apparently.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Kirk, and I'm with Roger Craig. All right, do you know that they made a Star Wars 7? They're coming out with it, 2015.
Word?
Yeah,
Why gotta wait until 2015? Why can't you just do it like next year or this year?
it takes time for production. CGI, the computer animated stuff.
I'm excited for that. I haven't seen Star Wars, the new one, since like, what, 2004 they made one?
2005, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
I was close.
Did
I was close.
you hear who's directing it, though?
And George Lucas, it better be George Lucas. It
It's
ain't
not
gonna be
George
right.
Lucas.
Who's gonna be that?
J.J. Abrams.
Who was that? He ain't no George Lucas. He can't do it.
He did.
No, it-
He directed Super 8, that supernatural one, and
Super 8 was butt cheeks compared. All right, George Lucas has to do it, otherwise it ain't gonna be cool.
he also did Star Trek, the new movie.
Word?
Yeah. Started up a lot of controversy.
I'll give it a try, but it's gonna be different after George Lucas.
Oh, he's gonna be an advisor on the set.
All right, as long as he has his word in it, you know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
you can't. That's like having the old Bulls without Michael Jordan and trying to come back with an All-Star team of the Chicago Bulls. You can't do that. Dang.
Did you hear about the storyline at all? You hear anything about it?
I didn't hear nothing. This is the first absolutely I've ever heard that they're making a movie 2015. I thought it was done. To tell you the truth.
It takes a lot of time for production, finding cast members. They just decided now they did the $4.02 billion deal to match the gross income.
$4.02 billion.
Disney, yes, to sell out the Star Wars license.
You couldn't have cast me. I could have been the back sweeping.
I don't. You can try.
I guess.
They're talking about compiling approximately 113 novels from the Star Wars post-saga series for after Episode 6. And there's different theories about Luke having a wife, kids, Han and Leia having 3 kids. Seems to be a common factor in there.
Well, how are they gonna make it? Because I remember in the books reading that Luke or whatever turns to the dark side.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We don't know yet, but it seems to be a common that he has a wife, a kid, and